Hand on your heart, are you really giving your customers the exceptional treatment that will keep them loyal? In small business, it's easy to get lost in the day-to-day operations and rely on technology to interact with your clients. Sharon Williams, founder of Taurus Marketing, believes it's still the old-fashioned way or it's the highway. Well, Sharon, you grew your business on this principle. Are small business owners over-depending on technology?
Carmel, I think so. I think at the end of the day, people buy people, and we start to think as small business founders that the big guys have got it right, and I don't think they have. I think we have the wonderful differentiator as small businesses to be able to offer a service that the big guys can't, and that should be a personal one.
Small business owners have less human resources than larger companies, often only one person. Are they putting their energy in the wrong direction?
I think as business owners and business founders, I always think it's a bit like running horses in a race. We have those horses lined up alongside each other with the jockeys with all the different caps, and the caps are HR, sales and marketing, budgeting, staffing. And I think customer service needs to be one of those hats, so that we put it on the agenda and an amount of time is given to it either every week or every month, depending on what your business is. So yes, it has to be on the agenda.
And you had mentioned earlier that one of the differences between small and larger businesses is that people buy people. Tell me a little about that.
I think that people buy people. I think that as much as we get the recorded messages and the voicemails now in these larger companies, that what people really enjoy is getting a personal name and a personal voice at the end of the phone. So I think that small business should play on that and make sure that we're available and that people are buying the personalities that we are. And at the end of the day, we're not going to please everybody.
How important is it to keep in regular contact with your customers?
It's an increasing pressure because as the business grows, and we've grown very fast, 40% year on year over the last few years, that becomes an increasing pressure. How we cope is, as I'm not necessarily the person that speaks to my customers every day, but my team are, we have monthly meetings. So then I do connect with sit down for an hour or two in the industry that I'm in, which is marketing services, and connect with my CEO for a good hour or two once a month. And then every 3 months, we have quarterly reviews.
And this is a program that you've installed to keep in regular contact at Taurus?
Yes, it is. We have a formal touchpoint program where we touch our customers with a regular program. And we do that via our monthly meetings, and we also do it by events and invitations and parties, email newsletters, drops through the post, so that our customers are hearing about us in lots of different ways.
And do you swear by this principle of operating, that it's part of your success?
I think it does. I don't think it's foolproof, but I think it's a good way to catching the net of those customers that you don't want to lose. Businesses are very focused on bringing customers through the front door. What we want to do is we don't want to lose them out the back door.
Is it essential to be available to your customers at all times?
Yes, I think it's terribly important for us as small business to be available. I think that's the differentiator again between us and the big guys out there. And I think at the end of the day, along with people buy people, people want to feel important. We want to feel that the supplier we're working with, that we're passing money over to, cares about us. So I think it's important to return calls very quickly. In my industry, I'm in media and PR, seconds count. But if I'm calling a supplier for a service and I'm passing money over, I want to feel important. I want them to get back to me promptly.
Sharon, when you were in the startup phase with Taurus Marketing, you took 12 CEOs to breakfast. Customers are busier these days themselves. Is this realistic now over a year later?
I think this is really important to note. We're getting increasingly busy. As small business owners, we're busier than the majority, I think. And our customers also are. They're being bombarded by messages and signals all day, every day. So what we've got to do is make sure that we offer them something that adds value, whether that's an introduction to somebody else, whether that's a service outside those services we offer. And you can do that by asking the simple question, how can I help you best?
One of the big rules in service is to get to know your customer inside out. Now, what's the best way you achieve that?
We always laugh in our office that we ask the dumb question, the one that was failed to ask when large companies went down and caused large companies to go down the tube. So we always say, ask the dumb question, and simply ask. These customers are just people. They're not something to be feared. They are ordinary people as we are. So I think to ask them and find out what it is that keeps them awake at night, what it is that their pressures are, and then we can work to assist them.
Now, clients like to always have a little something for nothing. So how can we add to a sale or a customer without actually killing our own business profits?
Yes, good question. And there will always be, of course, those customers for us that will have us running around no end. And I think as a business owner, you've got to make a decision on whether you will continue running around after them or whether you'll have that very honest and open and kind conversation. And particularly as your business grows, you've got to cut those out. Or indeed pass them to other suppliers who more fits their profile as you grow. So I think it's very important to adapt as you grow. And in terms of adding value, I think you have to choose things that don't take cash straight off your bottom line.
Now, Sharon, how important is customer satisfaction, and what do you do at Taurus Marketing to implement that?
Customer satisfaction is everything, because if we have dissatisfied customers, they're going to walk out the door. Equally, a dissatisfied customer is an opportunity to fix things. We can't always be the panacea and the be-all and end-all for every customer. So I think as business owners, we must make sure we don't continually beat ourselves up if we get it wrong. Equally, constant communication and asking customers in surveys is a great way to be able to find out what it is, how we're tracking.
And that's something that you regularly do as well?
We do it once a month. I actually sit down with my customer CEOs in a monthly meeting and invite that communication.
That's very brave of you.
I think business owners of SMEs are brave to start with. I think it's one of our attributes.
Learning from others is always a good way to learn what to do and what not to do. Now, Sharon, you had an experience recently with the water delivery boy, didn't you?
It was a wonderful magic moment. We talk about magic moments in our business and how you can make customers' day. And we have a water delivery to the office where we have bottled water. And he just brought all the bottles in, and the front door of our office was squeaking each time he came in. And he stopped and asked us if it was all right if he could oil the hinges for us before he left. And we couldn't believe it.
Because it was so exceptional?
Yes, it showed care and responsibility above and beyond the job he was employed to do.
Well, finally, training and induction of staff. How important is it for you as the owner of Taurus Marketing?
I think it's essential. It's in our induction programs when we take on new staff members, and it's actually on the agenda for our team meetings once a fortnight. So I believe customer service is essential, and it should be on training programs so that your staff appreciate that when the phone goes and it's a customer, it's important.
Sharon Williams, thanks for your time.
Thank you.